Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to Escalator India Education. We are based in Bangalore, India. Today we are going to see the basics of escalators and travelators. The objective of making this video is to understand the basics of escalators and the travelators. So what are the topics we are going to cover here? The topics what we are going to cover here will be definition, what is meant by escalators and travelator, and what is meant by travelator. Application, we will be seeing where are the escalators and travelators are used, which sector it is used, that we will be covering, and the main basics parts of the escalators, means how many parts of the escalator are there, what are the visible parts which we usually see in the escalators. And if you want to go deep in details, then we will be discussing about the basic dimensions also. Four topics we are going to cover in this session. Step by step we will be making videos and posting the details of how about the say what are the safety features, how is the mechanism. All the videos and topics related thing will be covered in the later session. So if you guys have any comment or any clarification, any query related to escalator and travelator, you can write it to us, or you can write it in the comment box, mail us. We will be happy to help you or assist you. So now we are going to see the definition of the escalators. What is the definition of escalators and what is the definition of moving walk, or it is called travelator? So escalator is nothing but a power driven inclined continuous moving stairway for raising or lowering the people. For example, we have steps in our building. The steps is nothing but it is a fixed particle. But if you see the steps is converted into the moving particle at a certain degree of inclination, which will be moving, which will be carrying people up or down, depends on the requirement. So escalator is nothing but a moving stairway. Stairway is a stationary one, and escalator is a moving stairway. Means the steps will be moving up and down. Whereas what is moving walk, or it is called travelator. Travelator, there will not be step, it will be pallet. Why it is pallet or belt? Why it is called pallet? Step, in step, if you see, there will be a riser. Whereas in pallet we don't see that riser. Means the step like formation will not be happening in the moving walk or travelator. So the main difference is that others, rest of every mechanism or whatever components what we are using will be the same. So this is the main definition of the escalators and moving walk. Hope everybody is clear about the definitions. So I am moving to the next slide. Now we come to the main and important aspects where the escalators and travelators are used. If you see, most of you would have already seen where most of the application in departmental stores, airports, railway stations, metros, exhibition centers, shopping malls, hotels, big hotels, and wherever conventional centers, wherever there is a huge traffic flow, to raise people from one floor to other floor, escalators are always there. Why we are preferring escalator is that, rather than elevator, is that escalator has a huge uh, people flow, whereas elevator there is a restriction. But if you see in escalators, it is keep on moving the thousands and thousands of per person per hour. So where there is a huge demand of people flow, there the escalator comes and plays the vital role. So these are the main applications where escalators and travelator are used. Malls or metros or airports. Where if you see, this is the place where many people come, keep on coming, going. So the traffic, if you see, it is very high over there. So in that case, if you see, this will be the best solution one can imagine. Otherwise, if you are going for lift, the people flow, the timing will be huge. So the solution, the best traffic flow solution comes with escalators and travelators. Hope it is clear. Next, let's see what is it. Next, the parts of an escalators. What are the parts of an escalator? What we usually see when we are going to railway, metro, departmental store, airports. Just I will be explaining you the basic things. We will have an in-depth video when in the later session when we see the parts of the escalator in detail. So just to make you familiar what are the parts of the escalator which we see on the escalators we are going, here are some. First, when you enter the escalator you will be seeing the landing plate. Landing plate will be in the lower region as well as the upper region. So if you are climbing the escalator from down to up, you step into the landing plate, and then the steps will come, and it will take you to the upper landing, and then you will exit. So both in entry and exit there will be a landing plates. Next of landing place will be a comb plate. Comb plate along with the combs. Comb plate is a fixed part, and the combs are the portion which is fixed to the comb plates. The comb is nothing but the intersection of escalators and the comb. There will be a comb-like segment which is intersecting, uh, and it will be present in both upper and lower landing. Balustrade is nothing but the glass portion which you see, the glass portion, or sometimes in metros or railways you will be it will be made up of stainless steel. So that portion is called, so it will be from lower to upper part. That portion is called the balustrade. Above the balustrade, one black handrail will be there, which will be moving along with the step. That black portion which is covering the balustrade is called the handrail. Handrail help us to hold and climb the escalator, which makes us easy and give us as a support. Skirt, the gap between the balustrade and the step, there will be a steel portion which is called skirt. Steps is nothing but the where we climb and which we take which take us up or down. That portion where we stand is called the step. Emergency stop switch. There are some emergency stop switches in the upper landing as well as in the lower landing. When there is any fall or we need to stop the escalator, this emergency stop switch it helps us to stop the escalator. Means it will be as a push button type. So just push and it will stop the escalator. So in the upper region, if you see, there will be upper landing plate. As I explained, lower and upper landing both are the same case. In the upper landing, most of the time, below the upper landing plate, there will be electric motor and motor and the controller. Electric motor used, which is used to power the drive, which moves the steps up and down. Handrail drive assembly. Handrail drive assembly is a portion where the handrail is with the help of this, the handrail will be moving in the same speed as that of escalator steps, and this drive help to get the tension and movement of the handrail easily. Step roller. See, every step there will be a roller. The roller which will be connected to the chain, and the chain will be driving up and down with the help of the motor. So every step will have a roller, and every roller is connected to the step chain. So and the step chain is driven by the motor by the drive wheel at the upper landing. And if you see in the four corner means of the handrail, where the handrail enters and exits, that portion is called handrail entry box. Means in that, if you see, handrail will enter and it will leave. So one end will be entry and other will be exit. So this is called the handrail entry box. stepped turnaround. So this is the radii part, turn backs and goes to the upper landing or in the lower landing. Both way it is possible. So in the both upper landing and lower landing there will be a turnaround based on the design dimensions. This is the basic thing. The distance between the end support means it is the overall length of the escalator, overall length from one end to other end. So whenever the building is constructed based on the angle and rise, this beam to beam or distance between the end support will be calculated, and it should be implemented in the buildings to make the escalator fit exactly. Otherwise the escalator will not fit. We need to have to do the non-standard things, non-standard designing, non-standard manufacturing, so the cost will shoot up. So it's better to go with the standard dimension with the manufacturer. Rise, what is the rise? Rise is nothing but the floor to floor distance. For example, if the escalator is in the ground floor and it is going to the first floor, the FFL of ground floor to the FFL of first floor, that distance is called the rise. So what you see in the upper portion is called upper landing. Where we entry or exit, same way where we entry or exit in the lower is called lower landing. Why it is called landing means we enter or we exit. Means we have a time, it gives us a time to stand there and slowly step into the escalator, step into the moving part. Inclination, the escalator will be mainly inclined, inclination of 30 and 35 degrees. Travelator or moving wall, it will be 0 degree, 10 degree, 11 degree and 12 degree. So this is the basics of escalators and travelators. So thank you guys. And in the next session, what we making is that parts of escalators, seen the basic parts of escalator. So what is the use? What is the function of it? Why it is there? That we will be making in the next session. See you in the next session. Thank you. Bye bye.